Hey everybody, this is Kathy. Welcome back. So today I want to go over this. I want to go over the week where BJ was in jail and how we didn't know anything about it. It was pretty much business as usual. Everybody seemed to be having a good time, but I want to go over this one particular week where she went into jail and then she came out. Okay, here we are at the timeline. And I did try to get a calendar the other day, but Dollar General didn't have any. So I got to go further away to another different town that maybe has a calendar. So right now we're still dealing with this one, but it's going to do for our purposes just fine. So let's back up because we're going to go over this week here where BJ got arrested August 7th. And she was in jail, and she got out on 1 week later on August 14th. Let's start with that. So during that week of August 7th, the news articles actually say that she was like the 6th person arrested or something. So there had been a few other arrests before her, a few days before. And I just want to point out she was not charged with theft of the copper. She was not charged with stealing. What she was charged with was fraudulent schemes. Now, I also want to point out another fact that Patrick and Eric were both getting wrong. Actually 10 times wrong. They kept saying that BJ had stolen $26,000, then $27,000. Then they said it was $29,000 and all this other stuff. And Eric claimed that she had snitched on people, squealed in his words, and got off easy or something. I'm going to tell you, if she had squealed, she would have just gone and walked, okay? They would have cut her loose. And I doubt she would have had any charges at all. Probably wouldn't be a record she got even hooked up. But anyway, nonetheless, they had all their facts askew, totally off. Here's what she actually did. The total amount of and by the way, like I said, she was charged with 1 felony count for fraudulent schemes, which probably means she went to the scrapyard and used her driver's license or her ID in order to cash in this stuff. Because some people had like 26 counts. I think the guy that owned it had 26 counts. I don't know. It was most people had a lot more, but she had 1 felony count. And what was the total here? It was $2,932. So no, she did not steal $20,000. In fact, like I said, she hasn't even been charged with stealing. And as it says, all suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So far, she has been charged with fraudulent schemes, which was probably the cashing in, not the actual stealing it, but the cashing it in. So anyway, again, they were very, very off by 10 times the amount. She did not steal $29,000. But that was on August 7th when she was arrested. Now, just to remind ourselves, actually on August 31st was the cleanup over at the Whitakers with Patrick and his buddies. And Eric was still in Idaho celebrating the verdict of Robert Mass in this civil trial. And he tells his friends that he's going to extend the Airbnb 1 more day. He's got some stuff to do. He's going to bring his family in. So Eric is in the Airbnb. He's trying to, he's been talking to BJ behind the scenes. This is where Patrick says, Patrick is mad. Eric isn't, is that when he wasn't getting home? Anyway, this is where Patrick said, Eric, this is not a good look. You're talking to BJ and I found all this copper or whatever. So fast forward to a few more days, arrests start coming in. BJ gets arrested here on the 7th. She gets charged with 1 felony count. fraudulent schemes, and she's in jail. And that's the time where Eric coincidentally heads back, okay? And we see him here. He shows up here. So then for this following week here, he's got Timmy, and he's really, the weird thing is that while BJ is sitting in jail, I don't know if they know that Patrick and Eric had, or if they did have anything to do with it, or if the Whitakers are hip to that, but they seem to have a week of all kinds of fun activity and all this other stuff. Then what happens is BJ gets bailed out right here. This is where they filed her charges officially, and she got the bail amount. She got out this day. But anyway, so let's look at this week here. Now that is this week right here, starting here. This here where Timmy says good morning, and all of a sudden, wow, Eric is back. Because before that, we had Patrick here, and what day was this? This IHOP here. I'm looking, I don't know, but this is Patrick bringing people to IHOP. And this is actually after they got bailed out. After BJ got bailed out. Right? So, but the week before, let's just look. So let's start here. Timmy says good morning. Okay, now I'm not sure what the date on this with Patrick, but this is Patrick on its own with the Whitakers. But this is where Eric comes back into the picture. Now, BJ's in jail, and so he comes back, and he says, say hi to Timmy, good morning. This is where he starts really, and this is the beginning of August, this is where he's really starting to pour it on thick with Timmy. Timmy Whitaker getting new shoes at Walmart. Timmy Whitaker reads Green Eggs and Ham, a magical bedtime story. He's being like, dad of the year. He's trying to... Eric teaching life skills to Timmy. Okay, that's weird for somebody who's 5 years older than you. And, I mean, Timmy's 46 at least. He's pushing 50. He doesn't need to learn Eric's life skills because Timmy already has much better ones. As a matter of fact, I just watched this. Is this one? No, you know what I watched? I watched this one here. This one where they went to Aldi's. You should watch this if you haven't watched it. I remember when it came out, but I just rewatched it. Whitaker Family Aldi Shopping Adventure Grocery Fun with Ray, Betty, Lorraine, Timmy, and Larry. Anyway, so they all go to Aldi's, and look at the food that they picked out. All healthy stuff. They got fruits, they got vegetables, they got, staple food, not junk food. I think they might have had one bag of chips, but it was all oranges and vegetables and meat and bread. No junk food, no Twinkies and all that stuff. Remember Eric was pushing all the sugar, but that's why I have to laugh when he's saying that he's teaching Timmy life skills. Yeah, I would pass on learning any life skills from Eric, especially as far as eating, because he said he was teaching him how to eat healthy. And good grief, look at what they're buying at Aldi's, and then look at all the things that Eric bought, and compare the food. Who should be teaching who? Timmy should be teaching Eric the life skills and how to eat healthy, because, yeah, he's got that backwards. But anyway, so BJ's in jail, okay? So Eric comes back, and Eric comes back probably the evening of BJ going in jail, maybe early on the 8th. So on the 8th, he's back. Look at who's here. Timmy's here. He's doing all this stuff and teaching life skills and all this. And I do believe that, so all this time, BJ's in jail. This was an entire week. And Eric really poured it on thick, having Timmy there. And by the way, Yeah, so this week that he came back and BJ's in jail, he had his brother here, and that's where he had the text that we saw where Eric told Patrick he's going to be giving his brother $500 spending money, besides the trip and everything. So anyway, this week that Eric came back, starting here, BJ was in jail, and he's just living his best life now. So he did all these videos, and he did, I think he did the Q&A. No, I think, actually, for sure he did this, the live with the Whitakers. He's out on the deck, and this is so bizarre because he's out on the deck with the entire family, acting like everything's just, everything's cool and everything, but we did not know or be told that BJ was in jail during all this. He did this whole, how long was it? A 42-minute live stream. I think he had a barbecue and other stuff at this Airbnb. So this is why BJ's in jail. Yeah, just smoozing up. Like I said, I'm not sure if the family knows there's any connection between BJ sitting in jail right now and Eric and Patrick. I don't know if they knew any of that. But, okay, so this is where that trip ended. And this was the last video where he was taking Timmy home. It says taking Timmy home this morning. Taking Timmy home this morning before we leave for Georgia. And this is on, it premiered on August 13th. And, yeah, I'll show you. And on August 13th, I do believe he did plan to be there a week because on this day, he's dropping Timmy off. And then coincidentally, now on the same day that he's dropping Timmy off, the court told her she's got a $5,000 bail, which is $500 bond. So this is the day he's dropping off Timmy, and he's going to go back. The next morning, she gets bailed out. Larry bails her out. And that's when Eric, and I think Patrick too, but for sure Eric got very angry with Larry for bailing BJ back out of jail. Because I think, I don't know, somebody put a lot of effort to put her in jail. And now Larry bails her out as soon as he leaves. Eric leaves to go back to Georgia. Larry bails out BJ for the $500 probably. And then there's nothing but fighting on the phone between who? It was BJ and Eric were fighting on the phone from the time he went home and she got out. There was fights on the phone, and it was over money. And then, of course, he comes back when Patrick breaks his leg, and everything is weird. I went over that video last time. He said them not answering the phone is weird. They're not picking up the phone. It's weird. When they talk, they don't want to talk. It's weird. So he had to come back because everything was weird. But when I rewatched this, because I was going to do a different video, and that happens a lot, actually. I'm going to do one video, and then I see a clip of something, and I just get totally thinking, no, actually, I'm going to do this video instead. So when I played this video, in this video, he promises Timmy. He's bringing Timmy back home. BJ's in jail. He's been there a week. He's, schmoozing up the Whitakers. I don't know if they know he's connected with anything. I don't even know what he's connected with, but BJ's in jail. And now he's going to drop off Timmy and go home. And little does he know, or maybe he does know, but BJ's going to get bailed out tomorrow. So what I found very interesting in this video here, where he's dropping Timmy off on 13th, is that not only does he promise he promises he's going to build him a house with his own bedroom if it's the last thing he does, but he starts out by saying something very interesting. Go ahead, Eric. Schmooze
you
it
had
up.
fun this week? Yeah. You ready for us to come back? We'll be back next month.
Oh, did you hear that? Hold on, hold on, hold
Yeah,
on,
I
hold
gotta
on.
get those to your
Stop,
mama.
stop, 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 stop. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Look at her eating potato chips. Oh yeah, so this is Eric's brother in the backseat with the pink shirt on, and anyway, but did you hear that? He said, "You ready to go home?" He says, "Yeah, it's been a fun week." Yeah. Now, mind you, this is the entire week that BJ's been in, the same 7 days BJ's been in jail. You know, I doubt Timmy knows anything that's going on. He probably knows she's in jail, but who knows? Anyway, he just got done saying, "Well, yeah, I had a great time. I'll be back next month." Okay, wait a minute. So that would be September because this is August 13th. Are you ready for
us to come back?
ready for us to come
We'll
back?
be back next month.
They'll be back next month. All right, wait a minute. Wait. So if this is on August 13th, next month would be in September. So on this day, BJ's all tucked away in jail. He thinks everything's hunky dory. And he's telling Timmy, "Don't worry, I'll be back next month in September," right? Well, that's not how it went. The next day, BJ gets bailed out. They're fighting over the phone. They won't talk to, nobody will talk to Eric. BJ won't talk, but they're fighting on the phone. Then he comes back. Now, you just told Timmy you're not coming back till September. But a week and a day later, he does come back with all these weird excuses why it's such an emergency. And I think this is the date that, like, when he's at home in Georgia, supposedly, arguing with BJ over money on the phone and getting in fights with BJ over God knows what. He is actually, Patrick's doing an IHOP video here, and I didn't see him doing a lot. But you heard he's not supposed to come back until September. But as you can see, he came back for basically the rest of the month. Well, all the way into September. Now, the brother in the back seat, his name is Sean. That's Eric's brother. And for the whole week, I don't think we saw him not once. But now we're kind of getting a look at him. He's in the back seat. And I remember seeing this the first time thinking, man, he's giving Timmy some creepy looks. Anyway.
I hope not. I want to give them to her. I hope not. I want to give them to her before I leave. Yes. She likes those. Yeah. She likes those. Yeah. They're not fine.
And his head's on a swivel.
Until he got his sleep.
Now remember, Eric said by this point, people are looking for him.
Drinking coffee? That would be an episode right there. Oh my God. He went to the gym. What else did you do? I slept. He slept. He had his own bedroom in our Airbnb. And he does not want to leave. It's big! Yeah, it was big. It was a double bunk bed. And then it had him a TV, DVD player. He loved it, guys. He's never had his own bedroom like that. You liked that, didn't you? You want your own bedroom? We're going to get you a house, buddy. I promise.
It's the last thing I do. What do you say?
You like that, didn't you? You want your own bedroom? We're going to get you a house, buddy. I promise. That's the last thing I do.
Show me new shirt you got last night.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about the shirts you got.
Now, he's bragging about bringing him to the gym, which, for one thing, I think I would have checked with the doctor because Timmy's had heart problems, and they all have heart problems, stents, valves, or whatever. Before he put them on a treadmill and the exercise bike and all that other stuff, and stressful things, I think I would have checked with a doctor, considering his health history. But he's pushing how healthy he is, but he's giving them chips and junk food, stuff that they don't usually eat. You know what I mean?
I got this at Walmart. Nope, shows it right here.
So
Yeah.
what's the use of going and doing a few push-ups or whatever on the treadmill if this is what you're going to eat? And them cookies and
cheese puffs.
Cheese puffs. And
every day this week, I brought Lorraine a bag of potato chips.
And how is that healthy?
She carries them around with her everywhere. She ate almost the whole bag every time.
Okay.
Near the end, there was a couple of days I got her 2 bags of potato chips.
Oh, great.
And so she's starting to get a collection of them.
Oh, don't even, she's getting a collection of probably cholesterol. Anyway, health problems over it because, and just the brother in the backseat is just kind of creeping me out there. But anyway, so this is what he's doing, loading them up all on junk food while bragging how he's teaching them healthy habits, which is weird. Go ahead, Eric. Tell us why you're sad.
Get a collection of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We're a little sad this morning because I hate to leave this guy.
Oh,
he's high energy.
Cow.
Look at what it's shown.
Yeah.
He's Timmy high energy.
He's the mess.
He is a mess.
He's a
he
mess.
keeps you on your toes, buddy, at all times.
He's a mess.
And there's times you're like, Timmy, at the same time.
Yeah, we know your temper.
I love him, man. You can't help but love
At the
him.
same time, he gets enraged, or what does he call it? Livid, yeah.
Man.
They're in a big rush to go back to Georgia. Big rush.
I wanted to take a picture, guys, but we're in such a rush to go back to Georgia.
Big rush.
I was going to tell you this morning when I woke up, came out in the living room. Oh, hey. This morning when I woke up and come out in the living room, was sitting on the couch
Commercials.
in the living room reading Dr. Seuss books. The Airbnb had some Dr. Seuss books. He took that in this past week. I bought him green eggs and ham and Pete the cat. And
I thought he said the Airbnb had the green eggs and ham, but nonetheless, he's acting like he just taught Timmy how to read and read books and stuff. But if you look at all them old videos, he does read books. He does word searches and all this other stuff. So he's acting like he taught him how to read and everything. But here, let's keep going. And here again, he says he's going to come back next month.
I said, "You're glad we're going home? You don't want to see us no more?"
Yeah, he is glad.
You do?
Bye.
Okay.
See ya.
I'm going to come back next month, Timmy. Yeah. Well, next month, I'll come back.
No, actually, your family member is getting out of jail tomorrow, Timmy, and he'll be back next week after he fights all week with the rest of your family members. But he just said we'll be back next month. Now, not only does he say he's going to be back next month in September, but really he's going to be back in a week. But he says, I wish I could come back next week, but I can't.
I'm going to come back next month, Timmy. Yeah. Well, next month, I'll come back.
Take your time.
I want him to come back next week, but I won't be able to because Ray's going to the knee doctor.
Now that I do not get. He wanted to come back next week, but he can't because Ray's going to the knee doctor, and supposedly Patrick was supposed to bring him, but he did come back. He did come back in a week. And turns out I don't see Ray going back to the doctor ever. Do I? I don't think so. He brought Ray to the knee doctor the first time back back on June 27th, that weekend. So he brought Ray to the urgent care back in June. Now we're in August, and supposedly he's going to go to the doctor next week. But he never made it, and it's funny because Eric said his greatest accomplishment was getting Ray his knee fixed. And No, he went to the urgent care is what happened, a walk-in clinic, and you didn't even get a diagnosis. You actually, the doctor told you to go to Walgreens and get some cream over the counter. That's it. But yeah, he's not going to be able to come back next week because Ray's got the. Now, I don't know why he couldn't come back. You'd think he'd want to come back next week to help Ray go to the doctor, but I don't know. For some reason, he can't come back because he's going to the doctor. But as we know, after a week of fighting with BJ and the Whitakers on the phone, he does come back anyway. Eric comes rushing back because Larry, instead of bringing Ray to the knee specialist, he went to a mud festival and broke his leg or something. So he does come back. Is that to bring Ray to the knee doctor? Nope. Even though he was there for, I don't know, weeks on end trying to rip the family apart, Ray never did make it to that ortho appointment. You know, kind of like you promised Ray you would get him to the doctor, you also just promised Timmy you were going to build him that house and he was going to have his own bedroom, which, yeah, you broke that promise.
I'll come back.
Broke all your promises.
I want him to come back next week.
Oh, you'll be back.
Because Ray's going to the knee doctor.
You'll be back.
And
after a week of fighting with BJ.
Told he's not the easiest to go. They've never been able to get him to go in the past. And for some reason, he'll go with me, guys.
Then why aren't you coming back next week to bring him? This I don't get. He can't come back next week because they need him to bring Ray to the doctor. And he never did get to the doctor, so I don't know why that's supposed to be a feather in his cap. And here's how it turns out.
But I think it's Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick works with him. He'll make it happen.
Well, he didn't, so nothing happened.
Hopefully they get Ray to the knee doctor and we'll get you guys some updates.
Yeah, how'd that work out? Yeah,
all right.
He did.
What was your favorite thing you did this week?
Probably go home. Especially the brother was probably creeping him out. Now, what I find interesting is that how come we're in the dark? How come we don't know BJ's been arrested over a week ago? How come Eric isn't telling us? And how come nobody's telling us anything? How come BJ is now has been in jail for a week, arrested? He didn't roll out her mug shot yet. But tomorrow she's going to be getting out, and then, I don't know, it'll be still another week or two before you tell us even that this is happening. So, yeah, a little strange there, Eric. You haven't been
what was your number one thing that you got to do? BJ?
Yeah, see?
Okay. What is it?
They just mentioned BJ. You know, that would be a good time to say, oh, speaking of BJ, she's been in jail for a whole week, you guys. Did you know about that? Nope.
You did it this week. What was your number one thing that you got to do? BJ? Okay. What is it? Oh, the house. Staying at the house.
When he rubs his face like a beard, that's Patrick. Even I know that. I don't even have to be in the car with him. Talking about Patrick.
Oh,
Bama. No, he just said Bama. Eric, you're supposed to be the interpreter here. Somebody, I said he thinks he's Jane Goodall in the forest with the chimps, but somebody else said he thinks he's, what was it, Helen Keller's, the nurse, trying to talk to him. Anyway, you're not doing a very good job. He just brought up BJ, and you didn't say nothing about her getting arrested. But yeah, you're doing a horrible job. Even the rest of us know what he's saying, and Eric has clueless.
Okay. What is it? Oh, the house. Staying at the house.
No, Bama. The guy with the beard.
I'm trying to think. We
Yeah,
got you ice
trying to
cream
think.
last
Yeah,
time.
ice cream. That's what he's trying to say. Ice cream. Yeah. And He's naming off more just garbage that he's feeding Timmy. And like I said, go back and look at that trip to Aldi's. All the fruits and vegetables and meats and just good stuff. And yeah, this is what he's feeding Timmy.
Your ice cream last night.
Ice cream, yeah.
We showed him how to dip his French fries in frosting.
Oh, it showed him how to dip French fries in ice cream. Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, I threw them away. They were old.
Oh, Timmy, what did we do last night? We got a massage, didn't we?
Wait, what? Hey, Timmy, what did we do last night? We got a massage, didn't we? No, they're going to say it was in a chair. Let's hope so, okay? Guys.
You got the massage?
Yeah, that was creepy. That was really creepy, brother, in the back.
I threw them away. They were old.
Oh, Timmy, what did we do last night? We got a massage, didn't we?
Huh? Oh,
you got the massage? Yeah.
He got him a massage in the massage chair at Planet Fitness. They hooked him up.
Okay, why did he just make that weird noise? Dang, commercials.
The massage, didn't we?
Huh? Oh,
you got the massage? Yeah.
He got him a massage in the massage chair at Planet Fitness. They hooked him up. He loved that boy. Man, he loved that. It was just nice seeing.
Look at the look on Timmy's face when they're talking about the massage. He made that weird noise. Now he looks like he's in shock or something.
Loved that boy. Man, he loved that. It was just nice.
Looked like he loved it.
Extended their generosity. I mean, the very first place we went to when I got here was Pizza Hut. And the guy, when I walked in, the guy said, "You're the guy that helps the Whitakers."
Yeah, he helped them right to their money. The guy should have said, "Oh, you're the guy." Now, if he goes back into Pizza Hut, go back there again. I bet if you go in that Pizza Hut, everybody's going to say, "Oh, you're the guy who helped yourself to the money." No, not helped the Whitakers. Yeah, you're the one who helped yourself to their money.
And the guy, when I walked in, the guy said, "You're the guy that helps the Whitakers." And like, yeah. And my brother can tell you, he was just over the top nice, man. His name was Sean Miller. Super nice guy.
Another Sean. Hold on a second. And this is another thing that really bothered me is all the times where Eric and Patrick even are taking credit for things, teaching Whitaker stuff that they already know how to do, like go grocery shopping and, eat with a fork and stuff. And he's saying that, he says, "Oh, this family never had love. They never got taught anything. They just sat on their porch and stared at the floor." No, they were having a fine. I didn't hear him complaining about anything. But that's what he keeps saying. Oh, these people never got any, they were just neglected.
Wipe her face. It's just sad to know, as old as he is, he's never had anyone work with him, guys.
And how do you know that, Eric? You just met these people. What, you had one contact with them, and the next thing, one of their members is in jail. You don't even know these people. Let's see. See, this is your second visit with these people, and you know that Ray, nobody's ever worked with Ray. That's not what I've heard. I've heard he's had all kinds of training, and just because he doesn't wipe his hands and his mouth the way that you want him to, Eric, doesn't mean that he's been neglected his whole life. You could, you could teach him every day how to wipe his hands, and the next day he's not going to. So this is just how it is, and it just shows you that Eric doesn't understand that there's some people who just will never learn how to wipe their hands and their mouth because it's just not in them. And you got to accept it. You can clean them up the best you can, and it's how it is. You can put him in a nursing home. You can do all kinds of things. Lock him in a prison. He's still not going to wipe his hands. That's up to the family just to try to keep him tidied up, you know what I mean? But to say that nobody ever worked with him, and then planting these seeds that, if he only had got his hands on Timmy for the first time would have love. Timmy for the first time would learn stuff. No, all Eric has taught him so far is how to eat garbage.
It's basically let them do what they do and not try to teach them new things.
And who said that? Who said nobody's ever tried to teach anybody anything? You just got here. You've known what, a week? This is your second trip to visit them? You don't even know this family. We could go to your house too, Eric. Oh my goodness. Look at nobody learned how to do laundry over here. Oh, look. The Carroll family doesn't know how to cut their grass. Oh, look. Nobody ever taught them how to do dishes. It could go to your house and do the same stuff. Oh, look. Nobody ever taught Eric how to change his clothes.
I'll tell you this right now. This boy right here, there's no telling what all he can learn. He's smart. Very smart. You're smart, ain't you, Timmy? Yeah?
He doesn't need you to tell him that.
You know how to read. You just don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I learned a lot on this trip. I felt like this was a good trip. So, anyway, I'm going to hop off of here. We're going to go say bye to the family one last time. So, one more time, Timmy, before we leave and we get out.
And this is another thing. They're trying to take credit for teaching Timmy how to say, I love you. Are you kidding me? He's almost 50 years old. He loves his family probably a lot more than some people do. And so he already knows about love. Actually, I'm willing to wager he knows a lot more about love than Eric or anybody in that vehicle.
Out of here. You want to say something to everybody?
Bye.
Say bye and
I'm good.
All right.
Yeah. And that was this time that he spent with them. And then he took Timmy home. And the next thing we know is that he comes back and all hell breaks loose. There's one more normal time, and then it's just all hell from there. And I can't even say it's a normal time, because the next time he comes back, he's only going to be here for like 2 or 3 days to try to deal with Betty and Larry and BJ, and then he's going to go home back again, and then he's going to come back, both barrels blazing against BJ. But I found it interesting that, yeah, when he took Timmy home here, he wasn't planning on being back until September, but he was back a week later. He was back a week later to take care of business between him and BJ and Larry and Betty when they didn't want to talk to him anymore. And they're furious because Larry bailed BJ out of jail. That's when the tide turns. Now he's not just got a war against BJ. He's got a war against BJ, Betty, and Larry for bailing her out. Because who knows what they're doing behind the scenes here, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so that was the last, the week before, that was the week that BJ was in jail. And they're all acting like everything's normal, and we never heard a word. Did you hear a word? Did you hear anybody say anything about BJ being in jail? The family didn't say anything. Eric didn't say anything. Patrick didn't say anything. We ain't gonna know now for a few weeks till Eric and BJ have a falling out, and Larry and Betty. Anyway, thanks for listening. Peace.